Like a Dragon, formerly known as Yakuza, has been a beloved RPG series ever since its first game released on the PS2 back in 2005. Now the latest entry in the series, Infinite Wealth, is set to add to the good times when it launches on January 26th for PC, PS4 and 5 and Xbox consoles. The sequel to 2020's Yakuza Like a Dragon, this turn-based RPG is set in Yokohama, Japan and Hawaii, USA, reuniting players with protagonists Ichiban Kasuga and Kazuma Kiryu. Just as we get a mix of familiar and brand new locations, so too do we get a similar blend of debuting and returning faces, with fans of the series sure to appreciate the likes of Adachi and Son-hee being present and playable, among others. But if you're a total newcomer, don't worry, as there's an enormous amount of content to enjoy here regardless of your existing level of knowledge. So much in fact that we're here to tell you the most important and non-spoilery things to know. So without further ado, I'm James from FGS, and this is 9 tips and tricks for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth.
If I'm going on an adventure, then I'll need to look the part.
Number 9. Dark subject matters. When we think of the Like a Dragon series, plenty of happy moments come to mind, from Kiryu singing karaoke to Ichiban's wholesome smile. I also think of the bathhouse fight from Like a Dragon Ishin, but let's just stay on track here. For all of the light-hearted elements, there are some pretty heavy moments too, and Infinite Wealth has more than its fair share. At this point, it's well publicized that Kiryu, the legendary Yakuza, is battling cancer. Frankly, I was distraught when I found out, and the sadness doesn't stop at serious illness. While I won't spoil anything, we're talking about homelessness, kidnapping, armed robbery, gang violence, cultists, and even murder. Honestly, it can be a bit much, so take this as your warning and be prepared. Don't worry too much though, there's still plenty of sunshine and singing to be had. There are also, number 8, secrets everywhere. The in-game locations of Japan's Yokohama and Hawaii's Honolulu City are huge. The former is just as detailed as in Yakuza Like a Dragon, and the latter is equally impressive, with its plenty of shops, bars, restaurants, and minigames to enjoy. The developer clearly realized these two locales are almost overwhelmingly vast, because in addition to being able to fast travel via taxi, available through your smartphone pause menu, Ichiban and Co. are equipped with segways. We see you rolling, Ichi, and we are far from hating. In addition, there are items everywhere, from cooking ingredients growing wildly to metal briefcases containing assorted consumables and equipment. Minutes turn easily into hours as you negotiate the dark corners and obscure alleyways in the name of loot. Also, safes can be found around the cities, which require keys that you'll naturally collect as you go, or can buy them from certain shops, which offer even more items. Also, check toilets. I know that sounds weird, but trust me. And while we're talking about houses, I can't believe I put that line in this. The best way to avoid being one is to hit like on this video and follow FGS while you're at it. Have I come on too strong? Let me know in the comments. Right, back to the list. Number 7. Invest in your gear. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth uses a gear system with all playable characters sporting slots for weapons, armor, and other accessories. As you level up and grow stronger, you'll need to acquire better gear. The game uses a star rating system, so you can see the value of equipment when picking and choosing. You can also see whether the objects in question are better or not by reading the stats on the right side of the screen, with green meaning higher and red meaning lower. Not only is this recommended generally, but the game directly tells you at times what level of character and gear is best for the next part of the experience. If you pay attention and adjust accordingly, you shouldn't struggle. You can also acquire consumables and throwables, so keep an eye out for stores that not only sell healing items, but also grenades and other single-use weaponry. While upgrading can be expensive, it's better than the alternative. Number 6. The cost of losing. When a party member is knocked out in a fight, you can either revive them with items or certain character skills, or you can leave them eating dust as you finish the encounter, where they'll revive with 1 HP afterwards. However, if your party leader is knocked down, then you don't have the same freedom of choice. Instead, the battle ends and you lose some money. While this isn't as damaging as in Yakuza Like a Dragon, where a KO to Ichiban meant game over, it's still a rough way of learning you weren't ready for an encounter. The easiest way to avoid this? Leveling up, obviously, but that's not much comfort when you're in the middle of a battle way over your head and panicking with every turn that goes against you. The alternative here is to use the escape button and hope your heroes have the necessary pace to get away. If you want to avoid this issue, I got you covered. Number 5. have a drink. As I already mentioned, there are bars and restaurants around Yokohama and Hawaii where Ichiban and friends can grab a coffee or cocktail, but these aren't the only places to get beverages. You can stop by convenience stores, vending machines, and more to grab plenty of soft and hard drinks to consume on the fly, with many restoring your MP, the energy required for skill moves. But the best drinks in the game, arguably anyway, are Kiwami drinks and Sengoku coffee. You can use a Kiwami drink to boost the XP gained in a battle, helping you level up faster, and Sengoku coffee will increase the money you earn in an encounter. These items are single use, and you can only hold up to 5 of each of them at any one time, so they're best kept for boss battles, but you do you. Speaking of battles, number 4, time your attacks. The turn-based system of Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth has evolved a bit from the previous mainline game. Unlike Yakuza Like a Dragon, enemies standing between you and your target won't interrupt an attack when you're charging down their allies, making for a more forgiving style of combat. However, you can still be obstructed or miss a foe entirely, so don't think it's all simple. When looking to strike, check out the area for obstacles like fences or cars, and be sure you have the direct line required for a clean hit. As I say, you may still miss anyway if foes are highly evasive or whatever, but at least you did all you could. Or just use Kiryu's special move where he breaks the turn-based rules and goes all out. Your choice really, as long as you're getting stronger. After all, leveling up does have its perks. Number 3, laying the smackdown. Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth uses a color system to let you know how strong enemies are. Red means you should be fine, purple ones are likely to prove challenging, and blue is the pushover color, meaning these foes are barely worth your time. For the latter group, we have the Smackdown feature, where you can basically bypass a battle without changing your route to avoid oncoming foes. Playing on PlayStation, you simply hit L2 as the battle is beginning, and the party will take the baddies down automatically and rapidly. So you can get back to whatever you're doing, and the chuckleheads who stared you down can eat. The downside is the auction yields less money and XP, but it takes up way less time, so it all balances out. That's one problem solved, but we have another. Number 2, Selection Dilemma. As a party-based RPG, you can have up to 4 heroes in rotation at once, each bringing their own personalities and combat styles. While initially you won't have too many party members to choose from, eventually you'll have more than the maximum 4 people allowed in your battling squad at any given time. So, who do you drop? This is the best kind of headache to have because you can constantly swap characters in and out, experimenting with different combos to find a blend so perfect it could rival a cup of delicious Kona coffee. This is especially handy when you've allocated jobs that better suit different enemy types. Each character starts with a set job, like Kiryu's Dragon of Dojima occupation, which reflects his underworld past and basically means he's able to beat up pretty much anybody. But you unlock more career paths, each with their own moves and advantages. You can turn Kiryu into a surfer, host, dancer, the list goes on, and each role has different affinities and movesets. For instance, the surfer job uses water-based moves, advantageous over fire-wielding foes. Fans of Pokemon will be right at home, I'm sure. The trick here is to employ a diverse array of roles so that you can have the upper hand against each foe. Early doors, you'll have to make do with limited options, but don't worry, as the ideal combination is largely subjective. There are so many jobs for each character that you can spend hours finding the right balance for you. But that's okay, because my most important bit of advice for you is, number 1, take your time. Far be it from me to tell you how to enjoy gaming, but I'm begging you not to rush Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. All Yakuza / Like a Dragon games offer plenty of side content, and the latest installment is no different. In addition to the plentiful roster of minigames, side quests, and other distractions, there are plenty of Kiryu-specific moments to appreciate here. While I won't ruin them by saying what they are, because I'd cry if you did that to me, it's worth taking the time to chat to other characters, enjoy a drink or two, and pick up the microphone at the karaoke bar. After all, this is said to be the biggest game in the series to date, and in my experience with the game, not a single second feels wasted. So please, take your time and savor every moment in these gorgeous cities with these incredible characters. I promise you won't regret it. And there's our 9 tips and tricks for Like a Dragon Infinite Wealth. Let us know in the comments if there's anything else you'd like to know, and give this video a like if you're excited for the game. Also, give FGS a follow so you can stay up to date with content just like this, and feel free to follow me on social media if you want to talk Like a Dragon, Persona, or any other 10 out of 10 gaming franchises. And thank you for watching, because you made my day.
Breaking the law, breaking the world.